recording. Why does it take so long between reaching the energy record and then giving the collisions at that energy record to the experiments?
We have to be sure that we can manage the beams, and this is what's very important.
So we are now collapsing the separation bumps. In about 2 minutes the beam will collide in the detectors, and so we can go.
So 2 minutes to go, Matteo said.
2 minutes to go.
Amazing,
so they're collapsing what they call
amazing.
these separation bumps. So while we ramp, of course, we don't collide the beams together. We make sure they don't collide. But of course, when we want them to collide, we have to, what they do, collapse the bumps. So basically take away from these very expensive detectors to start taking the first data of...
Machine, that's what's amazing. What really puzzled me with what you're doing.
Exactly.
Here.
So it's very non-trivial, in fact, to actually put these beams into collision. So these are very, very small beams. We said much smaller than a human hair, and of course going around at 11,000 times a second around this ring, and we have to align them.
A 27 ring.
A 27-kilometer ring, and have to align them really head-on to allow these collisions to take place in just these four different points.
One of the comparisons we make in communication is like shooting two needles on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean and make them collide at the center.
Exactly. This is how precise this has to be.
A sense of size, how precise you have to be. What is this graph they are showing right now?
This, I think, are the losses that they see, or basically the luminosity, I think. So this, in the end, should show that collisions are taking place. So basically,
so that's
at the moment, exactly, this is a bit of noise at the moment. And they're just making sure that they can actually see something happening when they put the beams into collision.
Oh, the losses are less and less.
No, I think there what you see is something shooting up on the right-hand side of the screen, which I think indicates that we are now starting to actually collide in some of the experiments. This will be confirmed later on when with the experiments.
So we are in collision mode with the machine, but detectors are not switched on yet. We are waiting for the handshake.
Exactly, we're waiting for the engineer in charge to actually tell the experiments that they are allowed to switch on their detectors. So just some final adjustments being made to make sure that everything is ready.
Such a delicate process. The experiments are in here. I can see the faces of the people in the experiments control room waiting for this handshake.
And the announcer just telling the operators which power supplies it's adjusting to try and make sure that these beams are actually colliding.
Because you control one by one each power supply.
There are specific power supplies that are controlled individually to try and make sure that these fine adjustments are made, yes.
Fabulous.
1,579.
Optimize point actually is, and this is what's
this is the job of Daniele, who is now on screen.
Exactly, this is what's going on at the moment. These automatic scans that have been launched to try and make sure that we're now optimized.
And more experienced colleagues. This is first year LHC
operator. It's his first year of LHC operation, yes. He came on
the team
as we were in shutdown mode, so this is really the first year that he's been operating the machine, but he's doing a very good job of it. That's not been done yet this year. This move from this adjust phase.
It's a real first really that we are sharing with the world today.
Exactly. So now
all the eyes are on Daniele Mirarchi, who has the luck or the bad luck of being on shift today, at the very moment where all the eyes of the world are on him. He's like an orchestra director setting the pace for the music to go.
He was very calm, as you see. I think very professional, and knowing all the steps that has to be taken to make sure that this is all done in the right way.
This is a job that is learned on the job, right? There is no specific training outside this room.
Not really. There's a lot of knowledge, of course, behind it.
I hope Atlas has heard. Atlas is thumbs up. Atlas is thumbs up. So that was.
Ready for collisions.
TMS, are you okay?
Yes, confirmed you are ready for collisions.
LHCB, are you okay?
Yeah, fantastic.
All experiments confirm that they're happy.
So we are counting down to the start of run 3, the moment when the experiments are going to switch on for the first time and be able to record collisions from the Large Hadron Collider at the center of their detectors at the record energy, unprecedented energy of 13.6 trillion electron volts. This is going to happen in 8 seconds from now.
3, 2, 1. Stable.
And there we are, run 3 has officially started. Fantastic. All the experiments are now recording the first collisions, and we have the Director General coming up to the floor to make a statement on behalf of our beautiful laboratory. We are starting the countdown again. What's happening?
We're in stable beams.
We are in stable beams?
We are in stable beams.
Are they colliding?
Stable beams. We're colliding.
We are colliding?
The experiments are starting to take the first
experiments
data.
started to take the data, but what happened to the Director General? She was supposed to come to make a declaration. Okay, so this is the arrival of the real data arriving to the computing center.
Exactly, this is then transmitted from all the experiments.
Exactly,
into the
from the center of the detectors that we are seeing right now to the counting rooms of the detectors of the experiments, and then to the CERN data center, and from there to the wall through the